Hello guys, good evening. So this is Roddy again, and as usual, I'm going to be practicing my English, and I'm going to talk about this thing here. Alright, this is, I think, a 70,000 model of the PlayStation 2 Slim. And this one, just like my fat PS2 does, this one reminds me of many other things, memories, lots of them. But this one is unique, not just because of how it looks like or because it's a different model, but because this one is, let's say, well, obviously much younger, but this one is, let's say, is something that has been played by more people. Okay, unlike my fat PS2, because my fat PS2 was usually something that would just allow me and a few friends of mine to play Tekken games. Okay, but this PS2 Slim here reminds me of other things, because this PS2 allows me and my nephews to play games, Tekken games, that are much older than they are. Okay? So just today, I'm going to put this down. Today I and one of my nephews, who's just 10 years old, have played Tekken Tag 1, Tekken 5, and Tekken 3 with the help of this again, my PS2 Slim. And it's been an amazing experience for me and my nephew, because obviously, it was fun. It was fun, absolutely fun. But what kind of surprised me was that my nephew, who's just 10 years old, he was born in 2016, he says that he prefers Tekken Tag 1 to Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. You've heard me correctly. My 10-year-old nephew says that he prefers Tekken Tag 1 to Tekken 7 and Tekken 8. It's like mind-blowing, because obviously, Tekken Tag 1 is much older than my nephew, because I think that Tekken Tag 1 was first released in the arcades in 1999, and the PS2 version was released in year 2000, if I'm not mistaken. But so that means that in Tekken Tag itself is much older than my nephew, right? But then my nephew says he prefers Tekken Tag 1 to PS5. I mean, he prefers Tekken Tag 1 to Tekken. He prefers Tekken Tag. I'm sorry. He prefers Tekken Tag to Tekken 8 and Tekken 7. Okay, so I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's an amazing experience. Yeah, just to know that a 10-year-old prefers old and traditional games to the modern games that we have now is just mind blowing for me. Okay, but then again, I'm not saying that traditional Tekken games are inherently better than modern Tekken games. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that my nephew just prefers Tekken Tag 1 to modern Tekken in general. And so that's just one of the things that this PS2 Slim reminds me of. And by the way, I bought this PS2 Slim for only I bought this 3 months ago. 3 months, no. Yeah, I bought this PS2 Slim 2 months ago, and it cost me $40. $40 US. All right. So okay. So let me say that again. My PS2 Slim cost me $40. I think that's relatively cheap. I think because now in the current market of retro consoles, I think that usually PS2 Slims cost at least $50 to $60. And again, I bought this one for only $40. Okay. And in this, with the help of this PS2 Slim, I've been able to rank Anna Williams from beginner to Tekken Lord. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm an expert, nor am I saying that I'm a pro player, nor am I saying that I'm an absolute, an amazing veteran. I'm not saying that, okay? Don't you dare challenge me. I'm a scrub. Okay? I'm a scrub. I'm a noob. I just do what I can. Alright? I'm not a good Tekken player by any definition. It just happens that I've been able to rank Anna Williams from beginner to Tekken Lord in Tekken 5. In the arcade mode. Yeah, that's it. So that's also something memorable for me. Because I think that, if I'm not mistaken, Anna Williams is a low mid-tier character in Tekken 5, as far as I know. From what I'm told, I'm not completely sure about that. But it's to me if it's true that, okay, let's just assume that Anna Williams is a mid-tier character in Tekken 5. Then I think that it's just amazing to have ranked a mid-tier character from beginner to Tekken Lord in Tekken 5, because obviously there are many characters in Tekken 5 that are objectively more powerful and faster than Anna Williams. So for example, we have Steve, who is obviously busted. We have Fang, who has incredible and fast poking tools. You have Nina Williams, who's really busted. Well, not as busted as Steve, but Nina Williams is objectively better than Anna Williams in many respects. Frames, recovery, punishment. Nina has so many things that Anna doesn't simply have in Tekken 5. But nevertheless, that's something worth remembering for me. You know, like being a scrub or a noob in Tekken 5 and being able to rank Anna from beginner to Tekken Lord is just, for me, an amazing experience. Maybe for others it's not amazing at all. Maybe for them, it's newbie. Don't even mention it. But for me, it's something worth remembering. But then I'm just a noob and a scrub. You don't need to take me seriously, really. I'm just, someone who happens to know a little bit of Tekken and loves practicing English and learning English for the sake of the practice and the learning process itself. So that's all. I've been rambling. So thank you very much for listening.